how many terms does number 4 have, guys?
3.
Number 4 definitely does not have 3. It has 2. So when you have 2 or 3 terms, how do you factor those? Greatest common factor. So what is the greatest common factor that goes into both of those? 12, more than that.
12xy.
XY, perfect, very good. All right, so what is 36 divided by 12? Go.
3.
3x
minus 4y.
Perfect, very
We're
good.
done with that one.
With that one, yes. Now, okay? All right. Number 5 has how many terms? 4. So you do definitely group it and keep that negative with the 12. So what do the first 2 have in common?
4.
No. 2. What else? X. There you go.
So you get 4a minus
3. Perfect. All right. What about the second 2?
You get 3.
Oh. Negative. That negative with the 12. Bella, I think you said that to start with. All right. You just got to be real careful when you divide them. Negative 12 divided by negative 3. That is a positive 4. Very good.
4a.
Oh, 9 divided by negative 3 is a minus 3. How do you know you did it right for your next math workshop test? They are equal in the parentheses. Very good. So 4a minus 3 and 2x minus 3. Y'all okay with that? All right. What about number 7? How many terms does that one have? 3. And if you have 2 or 3 terms, what do you do?
Greatest common factor.
Greatest common factor, which is how much? A. Very good. Bless you.
Plus 5 plus b.
Perfect.
How about that?
Feel okay? Alright. No, we got 3 more.
No, I'm missing something.
Oh, yes, for 7. Yes, that's it.
We're going to group this one
Why?
because it's got 4.
Because it's got 4 terms. There you go. And keep that plus sign with the 2.
Even though it's got like.
Yeah, because the plus sign tells you what sign to bring down. Like right here. Like if you don't bring down that minus 3, that means you're saying multiply 3 by everything, and you're not. It's a subtract 3 right here. So what do the first 2 have in common? X. Take that out and what leaves you with? Yep. And then you have to bring that plus sign, so it's plus 2. X plus 4. There you go. So what do you have?
X plus 2.
There you go. X plus 2, X plus 4, or X plus 4, X plus 2. It doesn't matter the order, as long as what's inside the parentheses are in the correct order. All right, what about number 9? How many terms does it have? 3, which is not on your phone. So when you have 2 or 3 terms, what do you do? Greatest common factor, which is?
3 PG.
Q. Yep. So what do you get when you take those out? Yeah. Beautiful. Very nice. You're so smart. Whoa. No? Oh, number 10. Oh, I thought you meant on number 9. I'm sorry. Well, hold on. You're going too fast. Well, I know that, but not on
Get them all up.
Okay. What about the first 2? 2x, which leaves me with? Beautiful. There you go. A negative how much? 3. Perfect. Very good. Okay. These 2 guys are the same. So 5x minus 7y. And there you go. Doesn't matter the order. As long as you have 2x minus 3 together and 5x minus 7y together, you're okay. Is that okay? Alright, here's what we're going to do. No, we do not have a test tomorrow. We have a test Thursday, okay? But we are going to go ahead and start our study guide today, so that way we don't have to cram so much in tomorrow. Does that make sense? Yes. Alright, so first things first, we have 5 whole problems to do on page 19 and 20. Okay. So if you're looking at this, yeah, we already did graphing, but we didn't do this kind of graphing. What's different about these? What's different about these? These are inequalities, right? Are y'all okay with that? Alright, so when we graph, it's going to start off being the same thing. You might want to have 3 colors. I use 3 colors. I don't know if that helps you or not, but it helps me. And I'm visual, and most of you learn visually. No, which you can't. Here, catch.
Ocean kindness.
Did you not catch it? Okay, so we have 2 different guys. X plus y is greater than or equal to 4, and 2x minus y is greater than 2. So in order to graph those, what do we have to do to both of them first? Get y by itself. There you go.
May I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please? All juniors, please come to the auditorium at this time for class read.
Juniors, what do you got to do tonight?
All juniors, please come to the auditorium.
You probably need to watch the video, right?
Yeah.
Make sure you watch the video.
Hey, what page are we on? 19, my dude.
You can read here. It's on the board.
Can't see that well.
It's a lot quicker. Got it like that.
In the short run, yes. But in the long run, you have to learn how to do things for yourself. Bye.
You can only see half the time.
So, we're not going to use that as
That's all.
Alright, here we go, guys. So we're going to go up 4 for our y-intercept, and our slope is -1, so down 1 and right 1. We're going to get these done quick, guys. Don't worry. And then go the other way, up 1 and left 1. And it's a solid line. Very good. Alright, now here's the thing. You ready? Be real careful. Because the only difference between these was dotted lines and solid lines and shading. So you have to be very, very light with your shading because you still have a whole nother graph to do, okay? So where does this need to shade? Up. Very good. Very, very lightly. Not dark. Not too dark, okay? Just very lightly. You can't use them on the ACT, but you can use them on that test. Yeah, that's fine. Okay? Alright, so this says y, right? Your y's go which ways? Up and where? Down, right? So where do your y's get bigger? As you go to the top or as you go to the bottom? To the top. So that's why you're going to shade above that line. Does that make more sense? Let's do some more. Alright, so let's do this one. We're going to subtract the 2x, right? Divide by -1. And guys, what happens when you divide by negative? There you go. So it'll be y less than 2x minus 2, right? So we're going to go down 2 for our y-intercept. Slope is 2 over 1, so we're going to go up 2 and right 1. We can go the other way. We can go down 2 and left 1. Dotted line or solid line? Dotted. Alright, look. So we have y, right? Y does not go left and right. It goes up and down. So where do your y's get less? The bottom side. So we're going to like shade below that. So I know it like kind of looks like it's right, but I don't want to think right. I want to think up and down, okay? Alright, now guys, let's talk way back when. The very, very first thing that we did was graphing equations. Graphing equations did not have shading. So what did we look for? We looked for where the 2 lines crossed, right? Okay, but we don't do that with inequalities. With equations, we're looking where the lines cross. But with inequalities, we want to look where their shading crosses. Do you see right here on this side where the shading crosses? That's what we're worried about with inequalities. So you're going to take a different color or the same marker and just shade this part really, really dark because this is my answer. That's what I'm looking for when I'm going to grade you on your test, okay? Ma'am? I can't hear you. Yeah, that's fine. Or you can take your pencil and just shade it really dark right there or something. Alright, so let's go back over that. You ready? If you have an equation, it's just an equal sign. If you have just equal signs, we're looking for what? What are we concerned about? No. Equals.
Oh,
Where the points intersect, where the lines intersect, right? And then what do we call it whenever the lines intersect? It had 3 different names. Which one was this one? Just took a quiz on it. Consistent and independent, right? But here we go. If you have inequalities, if you have less thans and greater thans, you're not worried about where the lines cross. You're worried about where the shading crosses. Do you see the difference between the two on your test on Thursday? Okay, let's do 2 more, and then we'll get in groups and we'll kind of work stuff together. All right, number 2. Here we go. So we have 2 equations. All right, so we got to solve for y on both of them. Did I get negative 1/3 x plus 1? Alright, what about the other one? What do I do first on that one? Yeah. And what happens when I divide by that negative 2? There you go. Yeah. Perfect. Yep, then graph it. Now with these, you want to graph one at a time, okay? Graph them one at a time. Alright, so the first one's going to get a dotted line. Alright, Luke, you ready? Okay, it says y less than. So what am I going to shade? Less.
No.
Bottom. There you go. Alright, don't shade it too dark, though, because you still got to see to be able to graph the other one. Alright, Luke, where's this next one? Y less than. Where's that one going to shade? The bottom. There you go. Oh my gosh, and you're on a test and you're freaking out because you're like, oh, those cross at a crazy place. But I'm not worried about where these cross, right? What am I worried about with inequalities? Where the shading crosses. So grab a different color or a pencil or something, and this little funky looking triangle piece is what you're going to shade really, really dark. Y'all okay? Get there? There you go, and then take your pencil and just shade the part. last one together. Just like, look, this
So I
little,
would say
this little
basically
piece.
quadrant 1. Or, I mean, no, that'd be 4.
that'd be 4 and 3. But like this little piece right here, though, is not going to be shaded
Gotcha.
because that's not where they shade together.
Okay, I see.
Okay. All right. Hold on. All right, here we go. Last one we're going to do together, and then we're going to get in groups and work in our pairs, okay? All right, what about this guy? It says y less than 1.
That's going to be a straight line.
It's going to be a straight line. Which way, though? Horizontal. So we go to the y-axis at 1, but you got to be real careful, guys. Dotted line or solid line? Solid, okay? A lot of times with these, y'all just draw the line before you even realize if it's dotted or solid, okay? All right, Lucas, y less than. Where the less than shade? Bottom, there you go. Not too dark, though, so you can still see to shade the other one. And this guy's different. This one says x greater than 2. Be a vertical line. Is it dotted or solid, though? It's dotted. So you go to the x-axis at 2. And it's a vertical dotted line. Alright, so look, this one's different because this says x. Now, x does go left and right. That goes to the right side. There you go. Alright, so let's go back over this. If this is an equation, you're worried about what? If they're equations, where the lines intersect. But since they're inequalities, I'm not worried about that. What am I worried about? Where the shading crosses, right? So that's like a big portion of quadrant 4. Y'all okay? Okay, you see your partner? You find them? Your partner may not be here, so we have to find new ones. We are going to start by working 4 and 5 on the next page together. 4 and 5 on the next page, so page 20. Page 20. Huh? Yeah, about half. That's about all my classes. All my classes about half and half. All right, and let's do 4 and 5 with our partners, okay? What about him?
What if they don't shade together?
What would that be then?
No solution.
Perfect.
We'll build it parallel. I read Holzberg last week and I finished it today, so I
All right, y'all get that on number 4? Okay, don't just skip that, though, because you're not done yet. So what am I concerned about with inequalities? Where the shading does what? Crosses. Is the shading ever going to cross on this? So what do we call it? No solution. Do not assume, though, do not assume that just because they're parallel means that they're going to be no solution, because they could be shaded right here in the middle together. If they were shaded in the middle together, that would not be a no solution, okay? So don't assume that just because they're parallel, they're no solution. Yes, ma'am?
So I got confused with the slope.
Yeah?
So does the negative sign only go to the top when it's in the middle?
If it's in the middle, it goes to either one of them. It can go to
Not
the,
both?
not, because that would be two negatives,
Which would make it positive.
which would be a positive, yep. Just gotta be careful when you do your slope on that one, okay?
Do we still need to open that and close that?
No, it's an open line or a closed line. Alright, did y'all get those two equations for number 5? Check your equations on number 5.
Ooh, okay.
Get one with a crazy decimal? Hold on. I'm not graphing yet. Hold on. Alright, let's graph the easy one first. Let's graph the -3. And then down 1 and right 4. Alright, so look, that one says y greater than. What's that going to shape? Perfect. Are y'all okay with that one? You ready to watch this one? Okay, so my y-intercept is 1/2, right? So where's that tell me to start? There you go. Not in between 1 and 2, in between 0 and 1. Yep. You're all okay with that? Now you have to be real careful about your slope. When you go up 3, it's going to be in the middle each time. And when you go right 2, it's still going to stay in the middle of those lines. So it's never ever going to be actually on a dot. Alright, and don't freak out about the fact that it crosses at a fraction, because I'm not worried about where the lines cross with inequalities. I'm worried about where the shading crosses with inequalities. What? Wait, what? What's wrong? Sure? Okay. Are y'all good? Alright, here's what we're going to do. We are going to go ahead and start on our study guides. And the study guide key is already uploaded to Google Classroom for you. So find your study guide real quickly, because there are 2 problems we're going to mark out. There are 2 problems we are going to mark out. Alright, you see your study guide? Alright, very first one says to graph. Those are all equations, so if they're all equations, I'm worried about what? Where the lines intersect. And then you got to tell me if it's consistent and independent, consistent and dependent, or inconsistent. And if they cross, you have to tell me the point where they cross. That was some of our downfalls on our quizzes that I'm about to hand back to you for that, okay? Substitution. What do you have to do with substitution? Get a variable by itself. It doesn't matter which one, and then plug it into the other one, right? Elimination. Shoot, like what? What's shoot mean? What's that mean? It makes that noise? Is that what you do in your head? Yeah. You have to compare them, but they have to. What has to happen first? You have to be equal. One of the x's or the y's have to have the same variable, okay? 13 through 16, either substitution or elimination, whichever one you want. 17 and 18, those are those word problems where you have to make them your own first. 19 through 22, those are the three variables, right?
So if that's the one where we make our own equation and then answer with the
17 and 18 is the one where you make your own equations.
yeah, and then
Yes. Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Actually,
And then 23 and 24 are marking out. Y'all okay with that? Nice. And then 25 through 28 is what we just did. We are not working on our challenge problems right now because challenge problems are at home. We are working on our study guide, but your challenge problems are due on what day? Remember? Thursday, which is the day of your test, okay? So work on your study guide with your partners. I'm going to be coming around. Call me if you need me. And study guide key is on Google Classroom for you. Nope. That's my phone. If it wasn't on, I wouldn't.
we got different answers.
More than likely, if you have a whole number, then
How do we do that?
what number is that?
23. I just covered the page with my page.
Yeah, we got different answers.
Yeah, did you get different answers? Uh-oh.
-3, 4, 2.
Somebody got really lucky.
2, 3, -1.
Who's guessing 3 working it out?
Guess who needs to check their answer?
Challenge view.
Yes. Did you check them?
1, 2, 0, 1, 1.
Yeah.
Did you check them?
Yes.
You got the same answer?
Not with that. I got
No,
this.
like, you got the same answer as what it's supposed to equal?
I have
and
no
equations?
idea. I got a whole number.
Plug them back in and check them and see if they give you the same thing.
Yes.